Coach Kiki
and Coach Beckyn,
and we are in the new
the content house.
Content house, yeah. No, our office is still in the Bikini dungeon. Anyways, 2023, new year. Everyone starts these ambitious goals, as do we. So obviously, I think 2022, like we said in our prep update, it was kind of like our warm-up year, and now it's like 2023 is Coach Beckyn, Coach Kiki,
go
time. So yeah, let's talk about goal setting. We can do lifestyle and prep and all kinds of things in between. I think as athletes, we're always focused on the next goal of our competition career, and I think sometimes we lose sight of like lifestyle goals, and especially for me, when I was sitting down thinking of my 2023 goals, I didn't have a lot of tangible things that I needed to do with my routines and habits, because I've built them since 2014 something. So I think say a random lifestyle person is like, I want to drink a gallon of water a day, or I want to get this many servings of veggies, or I want to do something like health and fitness related, that right now, I'm already always doing all of those things.
Yeah.
And it's been a transition from when I started in 2014 of kind of in the health and fitness lifestyle up to now. Each year I would add on these little habits and things, and that has helped me progress. But then all of those habits and goals have stayed throughout the year. So it's just like a compounding type interest.
Yeah, you kind of build your non-negotiable habits, and then that was once a goal, but now it's a habit.
Yeah, I think that the most recent one that I did was before, maybe right after I got my pro card. So in 2021 was the vacuums every day, and then now it's just what I do. So I kind of forget about it sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I have my Spanish.
Yeah.
My Spanish, I do the vacuums in the morning.
Just all these little things of prepping your supplements, pre-portioning out my supplements. That's a goal that I was I'm going to do this every day because it's going to help me on the daily, and then it's just something that happens now.
Yeah,
without me even thinking about it.
So it's kind of sometimes hard for us, I feel because we have our stuff that we do. It's well, why don't you just do this? It's well, that doesn't work for everybody. So it's all about finding what works for you and implementing that into your life as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we expect people to just do it, and it's yes, it works.
Yeah,
that works for you, but let's it's not going to work for everybody. And so if you're looking at people's goals and you're oh, well, geez, I can't do this, this, and this because I have 4 kids, I have 2 jobs, I'm a cheer coach here, or so many different things. It's I think sometimes people feel bad about not having these big goals sometimes, when it's that person's life may be set up very easily to achieve those. So it's just finding what's gonna work best in your life.
So small things that are measurable that you can check off a list. Start small, okay?
Yeah.
And then find a big goal, but then break that down into mini goals, and then have the little things compound to that big goal.
Yeah, in my MBA year at Ohio, one of my classes, we talked about companies BHAGs is what it's called. So it's a big, hairy, audacious goal. So that's the
Side note, every time I read that, I think it means big hairy ass.
I mean, it is a when I see that word, I think of Bigfoot. Like Bigfoot.
Oh yeah.
Like just like he's this big like mythical, almost like a myth.
Well,
he is mythical.
Maybe
like,
not.
Maybe not. I don't know. Southeastern Ohio is where it's at for Bigfoot. That could be an exploratory learning day.
Oh my
sometime
God.
At Salt Fork State Park, where I grew up. Anyways, so it's like this big thing, but like you can't see it.
Right.
You don't exactly know what it looks like. You have some ideas of what it's going to look like, and like you're searching to get to that point. So it's, say your like big, hairy, audacious goal is to get your pro card. That's a very big
hairy, audacious goal.
Bigfoot ass goal. But you, in the way bodybuilding works, you don't know when that's going to happen. Even if you think you know exactly where Bigfoot is,
maybe someone else shows up and finds him first.
Yeah, and that happens. Like, if you have someone who just has God-given talent of a beautiful physique, like you could have gotten maybe second place or runner-up at the time before. So it's like, yes, this next time is my time to go pro. It may not be because this person just swoops in and finds Bigfoot. So that's kind of like what you're thinking about with that big, hot, hairy, audacious goal. Like it's your driving force every day, with all of your actions. It's a common goal that you can get behind, your coach can get behind, you can tell your family and friends, like, this is what I'm going to do. But like, it's not a SMART goal.
Right.
It's not something that you can put an exact timetable on. Some girls, they can turn pro in one season. Some girls, it takes 6-7 seasons, and multiple shows to get there. And then the pro card is just like an easy example. But say, if you're a lifestyle client and you want to lose
50 pounds.
Yeah, 50 pounds. That's a hefty goal.
Yes.
That's a large portion of a human to remove from yourself. And you don't exactly know what it's going to look like when you get to that point. So say if you're 210 pounds and you get down to 160, what if you don't even like yourself then?
Right.
So it's like, you want that like BHAG to be the driving force of what you're doing. Beckyn's waking up every day right now with the mindset of going pro. Every one of her actions that I see, that I know she's doing even when I'm not watching, that's creepy, is to get that pro card. And that's how I felt when I was going towards that goal too. It's like everybody fucking knew.
It's like consuming. It's definitely something like you have to be obsessed with. Like in all year long.
And it's like, and then so when we're talking about these BHAGs, like you want to have that BHAG, but then like you're not going to get anywhere closer to there if you don't have a plan of action and you don't have other goals that are going to help you get there. That with that snowballing effect, or just goals to keep you going, because with those BHAGs, it could take years and you don't know. So what other goals can you set that are, maybe not even related, that you can just continue to work towards, whether that's, you finishing a certification or something like that. Still a very big goal, still a very long time, but it's something that's, that it can be completed.
Yeah. And then like finding the driving force behind that, like, you want to get your pro card, you want to get that certification, but like why? You know, you have to figure that out too. And then also, we should have looked this up. Maybe you remember. She said the pro card thing is not a SMART goal. She didn't mean it was a stupid goal, but SMART means, what is it? Specific, measurable,
attainable,
realistic, timely?
And then timely, yeah. So you have like a time period.
Yes. So that is kind of what I was going to say about setting goals. Like, that's what you need to measure them for. And then, of course, like when I'm writing down my goals, like they're not like specific, measurable, but they're broad goals. But like I already have those specifics in place for implementing that.
What would you say? You know, you have these goals set. What are you telling people about them? How are you like making sure you are holding yourself accountable?
Yeah, so I told you, I have a couple other people in my life that I talk to about my goals, but that is another thing. Like if you put that out there, like you're 1,000% more likely to achieve that if someone is also like knowing about this. First of all, like you don't look stupid, but that person should also be holding you accountable.
Yeah, and I know for me, like I tell people like my goals and what's happening, because then it's like, oh shit, like I'm, you know, like I don't want to look like I'm a failure.
Right?
Like I want to be like boss bitch. Like, excuse me, I want people to know that like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna fucking do it. Because I mean, Corey says it best, like I just don't fucking miss. And I have maintained that mentality from just, you know, having him as a mentor for years, and then now like seeing him every day. Like shit, if I tell Corey that like I'm going to like this past year, for example, like my goal in 2022 was to get first call-outs and get top 5 at a pro show. And I made him very well damn sure know that I was doing it. So
and she did it.
And I did it. But I wanted him to know, because since, you know, he's seeing the work that's being done in the gym, if I cannot let him down. So I will, even if, you know, it didn't happen, I want him to make sure, like, know that I'm doing everything I can to make it happen, because I don't want to look like a fool.
Right. I also think, like, on top of telling other people about your goals, like, writing them down is also a big thing. Like, I write my goals down every day, like, 3 things I have to get done, and if I don't get that done and I can't cross it off my list, that does something to me personally that, like, I don't like that.
I know. Okay. Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah.
Example this week. I'm writing a new training program for the Corey app, and Preston wanted me to do it on Tuesday, so I wrote it down on my list on Tuesday. Oh, and then things just didn't happen, and I didn't do it, and then it's like, okay, writing it on Wednesday. Well, and now Thursday comes around, and it's on my to-do list again. I was like, okay, it annoys me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and it makes me so mad. And Preston's like, you know, it didn't have to be done like that day. I'm like, yeah, but it was on my list, and I'm like, I don't want to ever like fall into like a trap of like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because like I can't, like we can set our own schedule. So I think that's the biggest thing for us is like, if you do have a more flexible job, or you know, you may not have like, we don't have responsibilities of children and so it's like we can kind of like do what we want.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, that's literally the only, I think of those like blow up things.
Yeah.
It's like we can, you know, like if we don't want to work on a Wednesday, we don't have to, but like I think for me, like we have to do that.
Yeah.
Like have to get shit done, or else, you know, we'll just be like lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't, but like we
we'll
could.
always train.
Yeah.
At least we got that going.
Yeah.
No, we're very good at our schedules. At least in the morning. Well, we both wake up at like 5 and then work until we work together at 7.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think so. Like telling people about your goals, and then like just holding yourself up to a higher standard with your goals. It's one thing to make these goals, the BHAGs, make your SMART goals, write them down, and then what? Then you have to have your action steps of what you're doing, and then you have to hold yourself accountable to those action steps. And just don't fucking miss. Like there's so many excuses that people can put in this world. Like, well, I didn't do this because of this, and then this happened, and then this and this. Trust me, I fucking get it, but like, just hold yourself up to that higher standard, or you're always just gonna be in the same place.
If you can't hold yourself accountable, why the fuck would anybody else want to hold you accountable?
Yeah.
Like come on. And then I listened to this podcast the other day about like coaching other people, and it was like the client told them, "Oh, I'll try to do that." It's like, no, don't try. Choose.
Yeah.
You have to choose to do it. Like, you don't fucking miss.
Yeah, everything's a choice. Like, you can choose to do this, or you can choose to pre-plan, or you know what? I did have one thing that we had on our list, or one of the bullets from this was, I think, from one of Corey's thing. He's like a god, for being honest.
True.
Yeah, don't try, choose. So like when you have goals or dreams, do you think 30% effort is going to get you there? No. We're called max effort muscle for a reason. Max effort is what it takes to get you to where you want to go. So it's like, if you're not putting in the effort, like to get a little bit uncomfortable, and
is it even uncomfortable?
Yeah, it's just people are.
You don't need to be like sprinting.
You will not see me sprinting to anything.
You don't need to be sprinting. You don't need to be eating like cat food. Like, I mean,
you can if you want. Yeah, like everything's choice, and you just have to, set your goals, set your BHAG, get your SMART goals, get your action items, hold yourself accountable, and choose to get yourself to that next step.
Action items are where it's at. Like, that's the implementation of your goals is what should be your main focus, obviously. It sounds like duh, but
yeah. So what is, we've talked about you've been a good example in this about BHAGs and goals, but let's competing aside, what is another goal that you have for this year, and maybe some action items?
Okay, so getting myself to a point in like my coaching business that I am comfortable financially, emotionally, everything, able to obviously take care of myself financially, and then travel, buy myself whatever I want.
Yeah.
So action items, that's like my big goal. So that's my BHAG. And then action items, I make a list every day of something I'm going to do to further my business, which a lot of that is social media.
Yeah.
So getting more comfortable being on social media, talking on social media, and like hyping myself up, which is very uncomfortable for me. So that's one action item.
Yeah, that's good. I just think
learning different things. A lot of it is like getting uncomfortable, like doing new things to get yourself to where you want to go. Like building a website. That was not something that I was prepared to do, But it's freaking baptism by fire, people. Like, you just do it. And now I have a website.
You do it. You Google.
It took like a day. Yeah.
Google. How do you do a website? How do you do this in Wix?
Please,
how do you do
please.
this?
Google is your best friend in the whole freaking world. Like,
Oh.
oh my gosh, you can learn how to do anything.
Yeah.
You can ask Google stupid questions.
Yeah. Ask Google stupid questions first, and then come to us.
Yeah.
My BHAG this year is to be a savage.
Yes.
I still need to think about some of my other goals, but I would say like probably a non-competing work goal. Let's I don't know, probably connect more with people. I've been so hyper focused on my competing and my work that that's kind of all I focus on 24/7. So especially now being back in my home state of Ohio, all of last year I was competing, and so I never really made the effort to see my family a lot, or make other friends besides the people at Max Effort and Beckyn. I think that's one of my goals. Is to just connect more with people, whether that's hang out with my action items, make it a point to hang out with my sister. I don't know her schedule, but at least more often than just Easter and Christmas and Thanksgiving. And then here, probably just lean on Danielle and and their friends, and try to find some friends. So this is like a Ohio girls. We need the Hunger Games signal,
Yeah.
I say, if you're in Columbus, I want a friend. But yeah, just kind of be a little bit more social, outgoing.
Yeah. I just feel like we're I'm not making excuses.
Totally.
We're homebodies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Putting ourselves out there, getting uncomfortable with, putting yourself on the spotlight in content and on Instagram, everything, and then me being going to things with people.
We just force people to be our friends, basically.
Trey,
Straight up.
We definitely have forced Trey to be our friend.
Yeah.
Trey, our photographer for Max Effort, and Corey, he's we've definitely forced. You are our friend now.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I feel like I'm doing that with Alicia. She's my client and my eyebrow person, so.
Dude, yeah, okay. That was probably one of the most fun dinners we've had last year, was when we did put ourselves out there, and something that I probably wouldn't go to dinner with 12 random people that I knew, one person other than Beckyn.
Yeah.
There. And it was great.
That was bold of us.
Yeah, it was very bold. And then we Irish goodbye and said, see you later, y'all have fun, we're gonna go to bed. Because it was 8 o'clock at night. But
we were the youngest ones there. We got totally roasted for leaving early.
yeah. We had to go
Girls
to bed
go
so
to
we
bed.
could get up and train. So we got goals.
Yes.
But yeah, that
That was a nice little side.
yeah, those were goals.
My okay, another goal advice from Beckyn. Eat the frog. Have you heard that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I like frogs. I'm not eating them, but my sister's scared of frogs, and I love
Oh my
frogs.
gosh. So eat the frog is like a saying that means do the thing that you don't want to do the most first and get out of the way. I don't know why we had to use the eat, why it would be eat the frog, but if you have a plate of food in front of you, I guess, and there's a frog on it, eat that first so that you can enjoy the rest of your meal.
I don't know.
That
But
is
yeah,
a thing.
it is.
If you Google it,
I mean,
frog is a saying.
I'm sure it is. It's just weird. But yeah, like,
So like, if you have a phone call you don't want to make, do it first. Get it over with. Then you like, if you wait,
then you're just gonna build anxiety up and then make an excuse
cortisol levels and then push it off to the next day.
Yeah.
So eat the frog.
Eat the frog. Be a savage.
Yes.
Eat the frog.
That's the title for this video.
Yeah. And go find your Bigfoot.
Yes.
Your big hairy ass goal.
Hairy ass goals.
Yeah. I mean, he's very big and hairy, and I'm sure he
Maybe.
is. I'm sure his ass is hairy. I don't know what Bigfoot looks like.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. But goal setting, you know, if you're one of my clients, I always like talking about goals. I mean, even if you're not my client, we can talk about goals, but I would prefer to get something out of it. But yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely important to talk to people. So, you know, even if you're like, hey, this is my goal. If you want me to know your goal, I'll know it. You tell me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have any questions about goals, BHAGs,
eating frogs, being a savage.
yeah, comment down below. You can slide into the DMs at PeekersLaugh_IFBB Pro.
My goal this year is to not have so many people sliding into so many unsolicited people sliding into my DMs. But you can find me on Instagram at Beckyn_Bikini. I do want to talk to you. Slide into my DMs.
Yeah, just not if you're like
Don't say creepy stuff.
or ask dumb
Ask
questions.
personal questions.
Yeah, when it's none of your biz.
Maybe everyone's goal for this year should be to mind your own business.
Mind your business. All right. Goals.
Goals.
BHAGs.